it's about 11:55. Today's Tuesday, April 30th. I have already been to the studio since 8 this morning. We actually were up in Boston this weekend visiting my family because it was my sister's birthday. So we got back late yesterday and then I've just jumped right back into the swing of things. So I will tell you more about this week either later today or tomorrow, but just going to be kind of a classic vlog. Bring you along with me in what I'm doing in the studio. So right now the babysitter is about to leave in a couple minutes. So I'm just gonna wrap things up and get ready to go down and have lunch with Penelope, and then I'll put her down for her nap and work some more, and then the afternoon babysitter will come. So kind of the usual routine, but just wanted to kick us off here for the week by showing you guys this card that I did. So I did some illustrations for Papyrus, the greeting card company. Well, for Bird and Quill, which is a subsidiary of Papyrus. It's one of their brands. I did these back in 2017, in late 2017, and they finally just came out. So I have been really excited to show you. Look, it even has on the back where the price tag and everything is. There's my name, Kendyll Hillegas. And as you can see, it's a grilled cheese. It's a Mother's Day card. So I'm just gonna open it up. Not gonna lie, I already opened one of these up. I couldn't wait to do it on the vlog, but here it is nonetheless. So there's the card, and then you open it up. So pretty cute Mother's Day card, I thought. I love grilled cheese, so I like that aspect of it too. And then look at this. Look at all these cute little details. So they didn't tell me exactly what the concept was going to be. They just told me it was going to be a Mother's Day card, and they wanted me to do a illustration of a whole grilled cheese, kind of being cut in half, pulled apart, and then an illustration of a grilled cheese that had been cut to be shaped like a heart. So I did those two illustrations, and then they get all the credit for the concept and the layout and all of that. But I just loved, look at how they put these little metallic hearts, grilled cheeses with hearts cut out on the back. And then I just saw that right before I filmed the not to be cheesy thing. I thought that was so cute. So yeah, you can get these at any Papyrus store and online as well. And then I know like places like Target carry Papyrus as well. I haven't checked to see if these are there yet or not, but yeah, that was a cool thing that happened, and I wanted to share it with you guys. Hi. Good morning. Good morning, guys. It is Wednesday morning, about 7:45. Come here. You want to talk? Yeah. And babysitter comes at 8 today, so I'm just hanging out with Penny. We've been getting dressed. She's chowing down on some dry cereal. You want to show your kitty cat? Yeah. Oh, so cool. Here, you gotta move it over a little bit so it can be on the camera. Oh, wow.
The mama want to play?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so I just was thinking it had been a while since Penny had been in any of the vlogs. Oh, we spilled a little bit. That's okay. And I don't think I've even done anything like I used to do in between nap times or whatever back in Boston. So yeah, just saying hey. I don't think when I started the vlog yesterday, I don't think I mentioned like what's going on this week, but basically I have wrapped up some projects that you will see. I'm not sure how the clips are gonna go in or not, but like there's a little bit of a painting clip for some wildlife botanical illustrations I did for some wildlife signs at a nature conservancy. So you're gonna see some of that project, some of the painting, and also some of the digital editing. You may have already seen it depending on how Meg ends up putting this together. So that project is wrapped. I just need to send them the originals. Since it's a nonprofit, I still charge them a market rate, but I offered to give them the original illustrations that they could use like in a fundraising auction or whatever. So I need to ship those to them. I have another original that is going out this week to someone else, to a private buyer. And then I'm also working on 3 new packaging illustrations this week, and doing some sketches for 2 different editorial projects, and then trying to finish my Skillshare class. I've been editing this thing forever, so I can't remember if I have talked about it in a vlog or not before, but I will share details about it. And yeah, so that's kind of the overall plan for this week. Say bye. Oh, mouthful of food.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Hey guys, it is about 2:40. I am sitting downstairs. I've been doing some emailing and trying to respond to comments on my last couple of videos. I, as usual, am just feeling so behind with them, and have not been as good about keeping up with them as I should be, as I as I want to be. The reality is I just run out of time. I run out of hours in the day. But I do always read through them all, and I try to reply to what I can. And I've just been like, with the comments on the book deal video in particular, which was last Friday's video. When you guys watch this, it will have been 2 Fridays ago. I'm just like very moved and appreciative, and it was a little bit scary to put a video out there about a project that didn't happen. And then I also didn't want to like offend. I mean, I didn't mention the publisher, like I didn't mention anything specific about the publisher, so nobody knows who it is. But I didn't want to offend them, because I don't think they were doing anything bad or wrong. Like, they were like more than kind and courteous throughout the whole process. And I think they're honestly just like, yeah, they have their own goals and their own, what do you call those, like benchmarks and things that they have to meet. But yes, I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who left such encouraging comments on that video. Honestly, like there was only one like negative comment, and it still was a very civil comment. It was just from somebody who really disagreed and thought I should have gone ahead and done the proposal, or gone ahead and done the book. But pretty much everybody else has just been super kind and encouraging, and lots of good suggestions for ways that I could approach the project, and whether it be like self-publishing or putting it out on Patreon or whatever. So yeah, I just wanted to say thank you for that. And then I also wanted to read part of this one comment. Well, actually, maybe I'll just summarize, but somebody named Corey Johnston left a comment saying there's a difference between teaching techniques and writing a recipe book. It's similar to the difference between getting a fish and learning how to fish. There's only so much you can learn by being guided step by step. And yeah, it goes on to like say more about how it's kind of like following a recipe versus becoming a chef. And I just love that analogy. So yeah, I thought it was really helpful, and it kind of helped me understand even more why I feel so strongly the way that I do feel about technique versus I guess hand-holding or paint by number. So yeah, this afternoon after Penelope gets up, she and I are gonna go do a visit to a little preschool. Actually, she may start doing a couple mornings a week at a preschool this fall. And then I'm gonna go to the gym and stop by the grocery store, and then I'll do some more work tonight. So one of the packaging projects I finished up, I think technically I finished it 2 weeks ago, or maybe even longer, but their CEO has continued making some tweaks and some changes, which I've just been billing separately, so it's fine. but I've just been having to squeeze it. The tricky part is that I've been having to squeeze it in around other stuff because my schedule is already all booked up by the time they came back to me with these, and they really needed them urgently for print deadlines. So I will be working on some of those tonight, and then yeah, we'll vlog some more tomorrow. Good morning, guys. It is Thursday morning, about 8 o'clock. I'm just getting ready to start on a new series of illustrations, 3 new illustrations for another packaging project. But I just wanted to show you some of these ones that I just wrapped up for the trail signage for the wildlife conservation organization. These actually go with this one here. This is a comparison of a white spruce, no, wait, blue spruce and a white spruce. And then these are going to be fairly small on there, but to get a good enough amount of detail, I did them larger on a separate piece of paper. So these will be kind of superimposed. And this is the blue spruce close-up of the pine cone, and then the white spruce. So there's that. That's technically one illustration. And then I did this one. This is the Multiflora Rose, which is actually an invasive species apparently. So I've seen this all over Massachusetts and Rhode Island, but I guess it's not supposed to be growing there. So yeah, this was the kind of main plant, and then they wanted me to show the structure of the leaves, like the way the leaves grow, how they're clustered. There's a specific name for it. It's like compound something. I'll have to see if I can find that out. But yeah, leaves, the flowers, and then they also wanted me to show the rose hips, the full plant in context, and then what the thorns look like. So this was a very kind of scientific-y one, scientific illustration one. So I really had fun with this. I actually did this one on a toned piece of paper. This is all on Reeves BFK, which is what I like to do the really detailed stuff on. But Reeves has some sort of gray, I mean, they call it gray, but it really looks very beige to me. Gray paper that's the same weight as the papers I usually get. And so I had just bought some on a whim. But then it turned out to be perfect for this project because working on a toned background, it just makes it so much easier to see and deal with white. So I knew this was going to have lots of white on it. So yeah, even though I took the background out and the finished sign is just going to have a white background, just being able to have a little bit of a darker value to compare it to made a big difference when I was working on it in terms of how easy it was to get the right values. And then this one, this is the cutest one. This is a pair of Cottontail Rabbits. And again, I used that same toned paper, which made it really nice for, like, I don't know if that's gonna come through, but like getting those little white whiskers made it much easier to do that sort of thing. All right, and then last one, this one's big. Oops. This is a red-tailed hawk. I worked on this some on my Insta stories, so you might have already seen it there, but this is the finished version. Yeah, so they've already got all of the digital files ready for printing, and since it's a nonprofit, I think I mentioned this yesterday, I'm giving them the originals that they can auction off. So I'm gonna send these out next week. I need to figure out this 24-inch one. I've shipped things that were 24 inches before, but they were always like 40 inches in the other direction, so just were in huge boxes. So this time I'm not sure whether I'm gonna try to like create my own like extra long envelope or what I'm gonna do, but I definitely want it to be sturdy. So yeah, I'm gonna get some water in my painting cup and get set up to do to start on this next project. Friday afternoon now, a little bit after 3. I am in the studio painting, but I can't show you what I'm working on, so hopefully Meg is able to cut in some of the footage that that I had mentioned earlier in the vlog, the footage of me working on the wildlife, the signage illustration with the Multiflora Rose. So I have some process footage of that, and then I also had some footage of me editing all of the illustrations for the project. So hopefully you are watching one of those. I feel like this week has been a little bit of a weird vlog. Sorry if it has felt all over the place. I have not vlogged for like 5 weeks or maybe even a little bit longer, so I'm definitely feeling a bit rusty, but the best way to get over that for me is just to get back into it. So hopefully you guys don't mind being a part of that readjustment. But yeah, I figured since we are at the week's end, I would just kind of check in and share a little bit about what's going on more generally, and something that I have been thinking about recently and kind of processing, and actually was just continuing to process it last night and wanted to share some thoughts with you. So I have been aware, like recently, this past year, well, since 2019 basically, I have just been feeling a lot more anxious and stressed than I usually do. And I am a person who can tend to deal with some anxiety, but it's just been beyond what I'm used to, and that it, like, maybe not like a higher level than I'm used to, but it hasn't really let up. And usually I feel like, especially with related to like work stress, it usually always goes away after a little while. But I just have been noticing that the past couple of months, every single week, I'm like, this is going to be the week that I will feel less stressed. This is going to be the week that I will feel less anxious, and it hasn't been happening. So I have been thinking about why that is and wondering why that is. And something that I know is a challenge for me. This was a challenge for me all throughout school, throughout childhood even, really. And I didn't really think of it, but until recently, but I think it's continuing to be a challenge for me in adulthood. And that is the feeling of like not being able to relax if I feel like everything isn't done. And I mean, I guess I knew that that's a challenge because I have talked about that before and thought about it before, but I hadn't realized the extent to which it is like impacting me right now. And like every week, because I've been so busy, I've thought like, well, of course it's very reasonable for me to feel stressed right now. I'm pregnant. It's very reasonable for me to feel stressed right now. I have a 2-year-old and we just moved, and you know, all of that stuff is true. But things, I don't really see myself. I'm not like settling down, I guess. I don't feel like it's improving. And some of the things that I have, when I've been kind of reflecting and saying like, well, what is it that's making me feel this way? It's this sense that like related to work, I'm never finished and I never feel like I've done enough. And even if I have a week where things are a little bit slower in terms of client work, then I'm feeling like, okay, well, you know, people left such like nice comments on that last video. I need to make sure to reply to as many as I can, or I need to go on Skillshare and respond to student projects, or I need to put additional like bonus content on Patreon, like all of these other things. And I don't mean to sound like I'm complaining. I want to do these things. I love doing these things, but there's just this sense of like, yeah, of it never being done. And it reminds me of school and feeling like as soon as you finish one thing of homework, then there's another project, then there's another test. And it never, I was never really able to relax when I felt like I had something hanging over my head. I don't want to live that way. I don't want to live like unable to relax whenever it feels like things are not done, because the reality is it's always going to feel that way. And I think it only feels that way even more the older you get and the more into life you get and the more things you're responsible for and you have going on, and it just increases that sense of like, yeah, responsibility. And again, not a bad thing, it's a good thing, but it's like something I feel like I'm needing to learn to manage in a more healthy way. And I don't know how to do that yet. But what I want to do, and why I'm like mentioning this now, is my goal and my hope is to be able to get to a point where I can feel like, you know what, even if everything I wanted to get done didn't get done today, it's okay, and you can stop working. I hope that all makes sense. I don't know if it was too unformed yet. I don't really have any big conclusion other than that I've noticed this is a challenge for me, and it's something I'm working on, and I'm trying to get better at accepting it. So hope you guys are okay with hearing me kind of work through some of that, and I will definitely keep you up to date on my thoughts on the matter, and if I happen to find any amazing tricks that work for for dealing with anxiety around that specifically. Yeah, and I guess other than that, that's kind of like my thing that I've been pondering this week, and that's what I've got pretty much for deep thoughts. So I think I might wrap up the vlog here. I most likely will be vlogging again next week. I may do, I've been thinking about a new kind of video that I could just like basically respond to comments. So that would be another way I was thinking of like trying to address some of it and make sure I am still responding to you guys, even if I can't always write replies. So yeah, I might do that. I might do a comment response video, or I actually think that we talked about doing a Q&A a while ago, so maybe I'll do that. But yes, there will be another video next week, maybe a vlog. Hopefully there will be some more vlogs, in the next few weeks, so I can get readjusted to that, and then we'll have some more sit downs and some more vlogs, and yeah, you know the drill. There'll be videos here on Friday. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it wasn't too all over the place. Yes, all the thank yous. Thank you. I'm going to give the number one thank you to you guys this week, just for watching and sharing and encouraging, and for commenting, and just being such an incredible community. And I'm so grateful for you and for your continuing to grow with me, because I know that this channel has changed a lot over the years, and it's crazy to think it was like, was it 2016? No, it was 2015. So this is like going into the 4th year of this channel, guys, and yeah, I'm just amazed and appreciative and all of that. So thank you for being here along the journey, and if you're brand new, thanks for joining in. And yeah, and then of course thank you to my patrons who are sponsoring this video and making the weekly videos possible. Thank you to Meg for editing, that editing is also what's making the weekly videos possible, amidst all of the other craziness. Yes, and I think that is it for now. I hope everybody has a great week, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!